We got some pretty big news regarding some different brokers. That's right. These brokerage accounts, guess what? Guess who's winning, baby? So, we got some news that Robinhood has just surpassed 10 million accounts. 10 million accounts on their platform, which is insane. So, if we're looking at the growth of that, it was 1 million in 2016, 6 million in October of 2018. Then 1 year later, we're at 10 million. And I think there's been a lot of concern regarding the long-term success and viability of Robinhood due to the fact that these other brokers are going to be going to zero commissions. And that was really Robinhood's thing. They started this whole trend of zero fees, and that's where these guys are going because of them. So everyone's following suit with them, and I think there's something to say for that. I think as a platform, it's not as fully fleshed out as some of these others. So if we're looking at Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade, which I'm very familiar with TD Ameritrade's platform, and I like it a lot, and I think it leaves a lot to be Robinhood leaves a lot to be desired there. I think they have a lot that they can work on to fix, and I think they will absolutely to stay competitive. But I will say they have a very big edge up over the competitor. That's frankly just how it is at this point, because they started this zero commissions thing, and people are still riding them out for a good reason. It's a pretty easy and very basic platform to use, whereas these other ones are a little bit more for advanced investors. They're still really banking off that whole investing for beginners thing. That's really what they're doing. And I know there's talks of Robinhood going public in the future. Whether they want to be a publicly traded company, I personally don't think they should, but I'm sure they will at some point. It is crazy, though, 10 million. So to put that into perspective, TD Ameritrade currently has around 11 million, as you see here, right around 11 million accounts, clients. So, I mean, this is a major brokerage, and Robinhood's right behind it. And if we're looking at it, Charles Schwab has somewhere around 13 to 14 million, and then even E-Trade here has only 5 million. And that was as of last year, obviously. So probably somewhere 5.5 million maybe for E-Trade at best. I don't know what their growth rate's really like. I don't know if it's really, that big of a growth rate. So, I mean, if you're looking at it, what does Robinhood have over the others at this point? So once they start this free commissions fees, once everyone does that, what is it that Robinhood's going to have over them? Well, I think the ease of access is certainly one thing to consider. So the way you can get in, instant deposits, they just have a lot going for them as far as how easy it is for new investors to get into the game. Free stocks whenever you invite friends onto your account, or invite friends to start an account. There's a lot that they do that's good, as well as their recent addition of the cash management or debit card that they're having, which is crazy. Very nice, 1.8% APY. So that's, again, just for having money in that in your account. Not only can you use it for purchases, you can use it and just earn interest on it. If you're staying out of stocks at the moment, it's a lot better rate than you'd get at a savings account. Personally, I'd rather have my money in a money management account, but to each their own. I did sign up for it regardless, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just interested in it. As someone who uses the platform, I want to see everything they have to offer. They also have Robinhood Gold, which allows you to get more second-level market data regarding specific stocks, and you also have access to margin trading. I don't like margin trading. Personally, I don't want to spend people's money that I don't have, especially this time of, in an economic cycle where you're unsure of when a recession might start. I'm not too afraid of a recession. I still don't want to risk it just in case something does happen and then I'm screwed because I've been investing with people's money that I don't actually own. So again, margin, stay away from it. And every one of these people are going to be offering margin. I think Robinhood maybe makes it a little too easy to offer margin, but that's okay. So obviously with gold you get some more premium search features. It's not bad. And insights, you get to do bigger instant deposits and just some more information. So again, it's not like it's crazy. Nothing going on there too wild. But I think part of that, them not being too crazy with their platform, is going to be what's good for them in the long run. I think that's why people are joining so rapidly. It's just a very easy thing to access. But meanwhile, you have Charles Schwab is I think it's a clean looking platform. I think it's very clean. But I think it's a little bit more difficult to start your account than you would with a Robinhood. So if we're looking at Charles Schwab, it's nice. It gives you your news. It gives you your any watch list you'd like to have. It gives you sectors. So it's a nice, very nice platform. I think it is, especially on mobile. I think it's pretty nice. I think their mobile app's pretty nice. And one thing I want to say with both TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab is the data is a lot more accurate than what you find on Robinhood. It's something to mention there big time. I've always had this issue with any stock on Robinhood is they are horrendous about their dividend yield on current stocks. And PE ratios are usually delayed. There's a lot more information that we want to see on the company, right? And Robinhood doesn't really offer that, which is not great, especially that dividend yield, because a lot of people, I hate having to go to an outside resource just to look at dividend yield on a company, but I shouldn't have to. But something like TD Ameritrade updates regularly, so not only are you updating that regularly for me on my watch list, I also get to see forward PEs, your PE ratio that's updated regularly as well, how much that dividend is, and how many, if it's quarterly, if it's annually, I can see any of that. And I think that's something that Robinhood needs to get to. And I also get to see the ex-dividend date. So I think Robinhood will adjust and get to that. I don't think they have it right now, but I will say the ease of access is what's making it good for them now. But once these other guys get rid of these commission fees, get a little bit easier to come into the market, I think that Robinhood will slow down in terms of its growth a little bit. So they really need to improve to continue from here. But overall, I think they're going to be successful long term. And I know there's a lot of people saying they won't last up to 5 years. I don't necessarily see that being the case. And I think this data will prove it for you right here. This is a company that will be one of the top competitors, and it already is. So just stay tuned, and we'll see what goes on with them.